Hi, everyone. My name is Rita Crompton, and this is our Inventors Roundtable Virtual East on Monday, the 23rd of September, 2024. And after doing these for 20 years, I have learned to, get at least the year on there so people have a sense of, when we're doing it. Our guest speaker tonight is Stephanie Beringhele.
It's a tough one. It's Beringhele, but you can call me Mrs. B. That works well.
Okay. Well, Stephanie is with ASD Market Week. We went our first time last year in March, and we were getting teed up to go again. It was a phenomenal show. And we changed your tagline just a little bit to be diapers to diamonds. And instead of it being, affordable shopping destination, we liked, America stands determined. So, we do take a little bit of literary license there and then say, please forgive us instead of, let us do this. So, we understand that, beg for forgiveness rather than ask for permission. So, Stephanie, thank you so much for being with us. Tell us how you kind of got started in this business. So we have a little bit of a background. And then tell us a little bit about, ASD Market Week and how long it's been doing its cool thing.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me this evening. And thank you for all of you who have showed up. I know that time is everything. So I appreciate you taking a few moments to join us this evening. But again, my name's Stephanie. I work with VIP buyers throughout the USA as well as international. And I've been doing trade shows for 15 years. So I've been specifically at ASD Market Week for about 10 years. It's one of my most favorite shows that I've ever been a part of. And that's because of what Rita said. We bring everybody underneath the sun to our event. So it's very inclusive. And we are the largest running general merchandise show that's B2B within that space that's out there within the US market. So that's a little bit more about us.
Well, I love it. And one of the things that, we noticed last year, and I had been to a lot of different shows, ASD Market Week, you guys, your staff people, your marketing people, you were the most welcoming group I'd ever, worked with. You were the most inclusive in the different types of products, the range of products that we'd ever done. And you were the most inclusive in your attendees because consumers could go in, and most of the professional shows will not allow a consumer in. But you guys would allow consumers in, but then the B2B was the big thing. And the other thing that I noticed is that the B2B folks were there to do business.
So 90% of our attendees that come in have purchasing power. So to us, that's our big story, is that you have like-minded individuals that come to a major event and everyone is seeking a network system where they can enhance their business. So for retailers, they want fresh, innovative product line. They want to get their consumers excited and say, come on down to our store. We've got the newest and greatest thing that's going to change your world. And for the exhibiting side, when you are introducing a product to market, you don't quite know where that product might land. So having the opportunity to have multiple conversations, sometimes you surprise yourself and say, you know what, I didn't think this should be in a hardware store, but it totally makes sense because the market's always shifting. So it's a great opportunity to network with peers, as well as potential prospects who you can do business with, which we are really, that's what keeps us excited and gets us, revved up about working for this industry.
Well, it was wonderful. I mean, our booth under the Invent America radio, that was, what we went under. And we were the only innovative section there. So people wanted to see what's new, like you said, everybody can see what the sellouts are. They've all seen them. It's what's new that's going to fill those, shelf spaces. And so people were really good about coming over and checking it out. We had one of the ladies made her first wholesale sale when she was there. The other one met some of your folks that were coming out of the e-commerce training class you had, hired one of the groups, doubled his sales in 3 months.
It
was amazing. And then we had 3 inventors that, it's like, okay, I need to go home and file some new intellectual property because there were some people there that gave me some really good advice. And say, tell me what you think. And he goes, well, if it did it like this, and it's like, didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
There was one lady there who had a product and it was a self-defense product. Didn't even think of going to knife shops to sell it. But there were a whole bunch of booths there. And she goes, opened up, and one of them was run by a bunch of retired policemen.
Yeah.
There's my market right there. And so we learned a lot, and all of the inventors were excited. We had licensing offers for different products. We had, inventors placing orders, taking orders, and just really, it was quite an event for all of our inventors who were there.
And it's power in numbers. So what you were able to do, which I think is so vital to the success, is that you brought together a group of people that were very diverse, but they were launching new items to the, to retailers. And that's so big because it's scary when you've invested so much time into creating your product. It doesn't go unseen by us that now what do you do, right? And so when you're with people that are going to equally protect your best interest, and you're with Rita and her crew, and then you're with our crew, we're going to say, you know what? Don't sign anything right away. Like, really observe all the different opportunity that comes your way and protect yourself and say, I've invested so much time already and money. Where is this best going to sit next? So I think that power in numbers is great. We bring in a lot of buying groups. They feel the same way. They want to make sure whatever they're purchasing for their company, if they have 800 stores, or if they have 5 stores, or if they even have a single store, they want to make sure that they can bounce ideas off of other people in their company to say, will our consumer understand this product? Are we educated enough to showcase it in our store and tell everyone what this is so that they see the greatness as well? So I definitely say that there's power in numbers, and what a great opportunity to be part of this world that we just created.
Well, and it's, a lot of times you're exactly right, is it's the first show they go to. And by the time they've gotten through the patent and the prototype and their first order, money is tight. And I always say, plan, look at your time frame and your budget and then double it.
Yeah.
And now you might hit the right mark. And I get inventors that say, you'd be better off if you said triple it, you might hit the right mark. But by then it's like, the best place to be able to market your product is face-to-face at a professional show.
And you're not alone. I have to say that working with ASD, we do a lot of complimentary programs just to make sure that we can get your product, your name out to the universe. So we have things like the vendor preview, where all you have to do is submit a picture to us and tell us a little bit more about your product line. We make this big booklet and we send it to all of our retailers. So it doesn't matter that they're not at that event. Maybe they're at a wedding or something like that. We'll get it in everyone's hands so that they can still inquire and say, hey, I saw this amazing item in this vendor preview. I want to talk to you and I want to learn more. We also have display cases where we curate them, and it has the booth number. So for anyone that's going to be part of the booth for this upcoming time, submit for that vendor preview, submit for that display case, because if everyone has an item of interest and it's pulling people to that particular booth, that's free marketing, and that just gets eyes all over into all the different retail opportunities, and it's a great way to get exposure.
So I know last year we pulled this together in 2 months. So we were scrambling like crazy to get it done. And so there were things that we missed in the opportunities. And so Stephanie and I will be getting together in Lynette and talking about some of those things that we can do for the inventors to make sure that we're not missing any opportunities and that we let you know everything that's going on. And it makes such a difference to be face-to-face. I always tell inventors, they'll say, well, I'll do a crowdfunding campaign. Nope, don't go there. It's going to cost you more money to do a crowdfunding campaign and take you 10 times longer than going to a professional show. It's amazing. You can talk to more people in 4 days than you can in 6 months on a crowdfunding campaign and spend a fraction of the amount of money. So that is one of the good things. There's nothing like face-to-face.
And capturing those leads and those conversations and prioritizing them, because post-show, the flurry is still there. So you want to make sure that you circle back with anyone who you felt there was good vibes, you think that there's opportunity. So maybe you didn't close that deal at show site. That opportunity is still very fresh and very evergreen. So I definitely recommend taking the time and due diligence to make sure that you keep those connections that you worked so hard to develop within those 4 days. That's definitely key to success.
Well, it is. And, we met the people from ADP. Who would have thought? It's a group that does bookkeeping for small business. And they're the ones that told us about the R&D tax credit for inventors. And all of the inventors I've talked to is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And so we learned things there as well that we had never learned before. And there have been different presidents, you know, for different inventor groups across the country that are saying, we need that contact. We need them to come and talk to our group, because had no clue.
I think, Brendan, did somebody have a question? I saw a hand go up, or maybe it was just a thumbs up.
I was trying to do a thumbs up, wrong button.
Okay. Does anybody have questions for Stephanie? All right.
I have a question for Stephanie.
Okay, go ahead, Ginger.
I'm sorry, this is Ginger. I apologize for not completely understanding this trade show, but I think I remember Rita talking about this recently. Where is it? When is it? You know, who should go, and who can, if we can't go, who should represent us, and how much does it cost?
Absolutely. So I know Rita and her group are doing a booth, so I'll leave that to that side. In terms of ASD, it is one of the largest general merchandise trade show events. We host it in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And the next one is going to be March 9th through the 12th. So it's a 4-day event. And that just allows, again, there's 9 different neighborhoods. So there's every kind of product that you can think of, from apparel, accessories, hardware items, general merchandise goods, C-store items. So because it's so vast, we do allow people opportunity to make sure that they can discover and go through all the different neighborhoods.
So let me add a little bit into that. We did have really everything from diapers. We didn't have any diamonds, but we did have ladies apparel in our booth last year, and new tools and new dog products, and, you know, house gadgets. And so we had a nice variety of different products in all different stages. People taking orders, people looking for licensing, people just wanting to feed that. So that was cool. We did have some inventors who couldn't be there, but I hire staff, and have for years, that go out and they help represent your product, whether you're there or not, and find people that want to place orders and interested parties, so that you can contact them after the show. And, you know, we learned that, you know, some inventors are, you know, they're new to this. They don't feel comfortable talking in a big crowd like that. And I mean, you've got seconds, right, Stephanie, to get somebody's attention. It's not like you can shoot the breeze for a while and get comfortable. You got to do it right now. And so the staff people are all very experienced ladies, and they do that for us.
Okay, that's great. And then what do the inventors typically pay? You know, let's say if they become part of your booth, may I just be so bold as to ask about how much it costs? And is that the only inventor type area? You don't have an inventor's corner like the Inspired Home Show or anything like that?
So,
I'll let you go, Rita.
yeah, let me go ahead. We are the only innovative group there with new products that are just getting into the marketplace. And so that has been really good for us. We were in a really good spot last year. We had 800 square feet right by the concession area. So we were in people's line of sight as they were coming and going from the hall, which was really nice. Now we're still looking exactly where our space will be this time. And, you know, it will either be there in that location or closer to the front. So that said, we'll take 35 inventors. You know, the price point is kind of based on where you are in the booth, but you figure, you know, $3,000, depending on where you go, maybe $3,500 if you want one of the corners. My total invoice for this will end up somewhere around 50 grand. So everybody's paying a little bit of a piece. For us, it is about breaking even, not trying to walk away with any kind of profit. The inventors, you know, that you can get your own space and, you know, go for it. But when you're new and you're trying to figure out what should it look like? Well, if you come with us, you know, now you can say, all right, you know, this is what I want to do next time. I want my own 10 by 10. I want to be able to get in this space. So those are some things that we help inventors understand their first time there. I know we've had one guy that's gone 4 years, and he goes, I don't have anything new this year to go. And he goes, you know, I said, you can get your own space. And he goes, why would I want to do that? He goes, you know, I get so much more traffic. He said, everybody knows Inventor Lady and, you know, Invent America, but it's because, you know, all together we can do more as far as getting people's attention and do that advertising ahead of time. ASD, just in case you don't know, is one of the sponsors for the Invent America Radio. And so we get a lot from them that that services you guys, that makes you, you know, bigger and people see you just because they are part of the radio show. And that is so much fun.
And Ginger, to add on that, again, ASD is a very large show. And so for newer clientele that comes in, sometimes it's hard to make noise or really get seen. So I think what's complimentary is that when you have a group of people that all have amazing new product to launch, it's stronger in numbers kind of a thing, where for new exhibitors on us, we don't know where you're going to be located. You could be wherever we have availability. We have a large portion of our clientele that exhibit show after show. So they get the same, we try to help them get the same spot that they've kind of built their home in. So I think that it's just a safe circle of trust when you kind of go in with your group. And I think it's easier for us to direct attendees straight to you guys.
Great. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, you know, another thing to keep in mind, you know, you've got the learning curve, but holy cow, when you've got to do it all by yourself. I always tell inventors, I say, never go alone. You cannot be in the booth and working the floor. And so when you go with us and the staff has got your back, you can get out, you can walk the floor, you can see the other types of products that are out there. A lot of times that's where you meet somebody who's going to carry your product. And, you know, we just haven't figured out how to split ourselves into two different beings. And, you know, I get so many people say, well, you know, I'm going to take my sister, I'm going to take my best friend, and they go shopping. And because they may not be good salespeople. Well, you know, all right, well, you have fun at night, but they're really not the ones you need to be there. You need the professionals. And that's what we help the inventors do. And then when you know, grow up and get big, you can get your own space. And, you know, I get people that will say, well, I'm going to go to ABC Kids Expo because I'm more focused on children's products. So that's fine. And then they go and then they come back and say, okay, won't do that again. So shows change all the time, and we have found that, you know, ASD was a wonderful place for us to be last year, and we were very grateful to you guys, to all of you, to the whole team.
And we're excited because Inventors are a key component of our business and the success. So we're very grateful that people have entrepreneurial spirits and that they can envision something and then bring it to life and bring it to market, because it's really exciting. I don't think you guys know how important you are for the industry. So we get so happy, and we want to learn more about what it is that you're planning on bringing prior to show, because as we're having conversation with buying groups and with retailers, we can specifically say, you don't want to miss this booth because they've got ABC. It's exactly in line with what you're looking for. So that's always a good thing too.
Roy, you've got a question? You need to unmute yourself first. There you go.
Do. And it's great information. Thank you very much. But if I wanted to get a product to somebody before next March, right, before the show, what would be something that I could do? Thank you.
I don't know that I really, you know, if you're looking, do you have a product that you have invented?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And so, yeah, I'm not so sure that I want to wait all the way till March to introduce it.
Okay.
You know, so that's,
we start getting you on radio. I already told Ginger I'm going to get her on the radio, and we start promoting then the products that are going to be at the show. We've already started. So, you know, we're getting the information out there. We post video then and match it up so that people know they can find it there. But if you've got product to sell now, we start helping you now. And it's free for the inventors to be on the radio. We really like the word free. I'm sorry I cannot do it with, you know, ASD exactly, because I get that invoice. But radio for the inventors is free. All of the video that we do and we start posting. And then, you know, we really like it when you say, oh yeah, and I'm going to be at ASD Market Week. But you know, we don't wait to start.
all right, great. Thank you. I'd definitely be in touch.
All right, Roy, what do you have? Tell us what your invention is.
Now, what product is it?
Okay. My product is called the bottle station, right? And so, you know, the numerous hand pump bottles that we have on the market, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, they fall over a lot and you have to hold them. So I invented the bottle station, where you just press the bottle station down on any smooth surface and it's already working. Look at that, a piece of tile, right? Now I can insert any one of a numerous hand pump bottles. Reach over and one hand. You never have to touch the hand pump bottle again. Your 16-ounce Neutrogena fits right in, right? Your 12-ounce Aveeno, it fits right in. And now you can just reach over. You know, your dish soaps by your kitchen sink, you know, you never have to touch the bottle again. All the way down to your little 7.5 hand sanitizers, you know? And so it's as simple as, like I said, you pick it up with the 4 suction cups. You can place it in the top rack of your dishwasher and you know it's going to be clean. No bacteria. The double-faced tape, right? I don't know how you use it. Just press it down and look at that. Already working. So the bottlestation.com, it's to help prevent all the numerous, you know, hand pump bottles, your Aveeno, all the way down to,
That
you know,
that only works if I can lock it so my husband can't keep walking away with the face cream. That's, you know,
I'll
I do
vouch for
sell-
him,
I do
girls.
sell multiple packages. Brandon has one.
I'm waiting for someone to email. They said they were having trouble getting in. So if you see me, I'm not ignoring you and I'm not being rude. I'm trying to save somebody that wants to get into the meeting.
That-
But
Or you know, it'd be
that-
so perfect for that. Like I think of like all the doctor offices, and then my kids at school, those teachers. Oh,
Thank you, Brandon. Yes, absolutely. Where you could just walk right by. You don't have to stop. You don't have to pick it up. The RV community. The
Oh.
bottles are not going to fall over. They can pick them up when they're done cooking, bring them outside and sit out with their friends. That's the beautiful thing about the bottle station. You can pick it up with the 4 high suction cups. It's 100% USA made. Look at this.
so good. And can you
Right?
customize it? Can you make it so that other people's companies' logos and stuff are on it?
Absolutely. A friend of mine bought a Thor motorhome. And so I'm really interested. This was a campaign I did for New York Life.
Okay.
They wanted them on their conference rooms, tables. So people would just reach over. No more touching, no more bottles falling over the lobby. It was a real nice little campaign.
excellent. Roy, thank you so much for doing that. And that's, you know, home gadgets are really good at the at ASD. Lots of people going around. So Barb, tell us what you've got. Introduce yourself. We didn't get a chance
Thank
to
you.
visit with you before.
Hello, my name is Barb. I am still working on getting a prototype made. It is a baby product, and I'm hoping to have a prototype for the show.
Excellent. Excellent. We had several prototypes there last year, and the folks did really, really well. One of the ladies, Stephanie, I don't know if you remember this one. She was right on the corner. She had a product called Float No More.
Oh,
Holy cow. So, you know, this was one, it's kind of a belt, or you use it when you're sitting in a hot tub.
Okay.
And, you know, if your therapist says, oh, get in the hot tub and relax, but you got to keep pulling yourself in to stay in, it's like there's not really anything relaxing in there. So she had this pouch that she had invented, and all she had was a single prototype to her name.
Okay.
And she went and she got more feedback, and people were so excited. She was jumping up and down when she left. And so she is now, she went ahead, she had to file some additional intellectual property for her, you know, all the suggestions people gave her. And then she just is getting ready to put the go now on her first order. And she has had hot tub folks saying, can I get a pallet of these? When are they going to be ready?
Nice.
And she's going after licensing, but she did do a run. But when she went to the show, all she had was
a prototype. Okay. So if I came up with a prototype, it would be great just to get feedback to see if it's something I should go forward with.
exactly. And that's why she went, you know, she goes, I don't even know if people are going to like this or not. She said, I use it all the time, but
Perfect.
who knows? And yeah, people loved it.
Okay, good to know.
Market research is also a key part of going to trade shows because again, a buyer is going to tell you I can sell it, or ooh, it's so close and I know it solves a problem, but I need you to do A, B, C. And if you can do that, then I will go ahead and purchase and move forward with it. But it's a perfect way to ask those questions and see, is there validity within the product?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
And price points are really a big deal at this. We normally look at a retail price point being a multiple of 5. So, if you're going to if you want to sell your product and say, oh, well, retail, it should be $20. That means you got to be able to make it, package it, and ship it for $4.
Yep.
And so when somebody, when you're there and you're doing that market research and you're asking, it's like, what do you see the suggested retail price being? And they go $10 and you go, oh, I got to get back to my drawing board because it's not happening like this. And so it makes a difference to gather that information, when you're just at prototype stage.
Okay.
Makes
great information.
Yep. So looking forward to having you there.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
All right. Cherry Creek. Who is Cherry Creek? You are muted. Introduce yourself. All right. Well,
we got a shy one over here.
I know. We're going to have to wait. So, Mr. Holly, do you have your inventory in yet?
I got in a few, and this is what she's talking about. And notice that is a simple hammer, a tool that has not changed in, I don't know, hundreds, maybe thousands of years. And whoops. The screen, something went across the, Wayne Rasmussen joint. There we go.
We see the pussycat, yeah.
And the part you see right here has a little thing that says palm here, right there. So you put your palm on that, and that automatically rotates the forearm 90 degrees toward the inside of your body. And you can either grip it like that or grip it like that. My wife prefers that grip. I prefer that one. And it is, in my opinion, and I'm admittedly biased, a far, far superior product than the hammers you see now. I deliberately made it a little smaller, and I deliberately made it pink, and I made it for the ladies. And because I don't think there is a hammer made for the ladies. This one is about 11 inches long. It's got an 8-ounce head. I have another one in process that is a petite version of this, and it's about 9.5 inches long, also an 8-ounce head. The large part down here that says palm here is a little bit smaller because we found in doing a little research that many women would prefer a handle a little smaller than this. We were talking about price earlier. Did a little survey here in Tampa at the meeting of the Tampa Bay Inventors Council and some of the things happening there. And folks liked my hammer. They thought it was an improvement over the other one. Rita, by the way, has had one for over a year and been using it, a crude prototype, not nearly as pretty as this one. And she tells me she loves it, and she's allowed me to use her image as a testimonial in what we do. The manufacturer suggested retail price on this is $50. Now you can buy a hammer for $10. You can also pay $250. I think this one priced at $50 will sell, in part because it is aimed at the ladies who are a much, much bigger part of the do-it-yourself market than they used to be. And I think it is also worth a little more because it is unique. And so the price, the next order that I do will be about $10 per landed. So, I get into that multiple of 5, but we would have to sell it at 50, either on the spot or on my website or with packaging and handling added. So it looks to me as though the thing is going to work. Unique idea, by the way, that I came away with because of folks in the music industry. one of the popular bands at one time began early on to keep a little bit of everything they did. You know, if they had T-shirts for sale at a concert, they would keep some and sign them. Now, you probably can't see it on here, but looking at the side, that shaft has William E. Holly. I'm the inventor. That side has 2024, that is this year, 0910, which is when I got this shipment. And I have number 10. The first 10 signed and numbered, and I'm going to put those aside somewhere. And so if the thing is a hit, as I expect and hope that it will be, then one day I'll trot those out and say, hey, how much are these worth? Now, the question is that a great marketing plan, or is that an ego trip? You know, only a little time will tell.
You'll get to find out. Ginger's got a question for us. Go ahead, Ginger.
Actually, Bill, it's a suggestion, is if you don't mind.
By all means.
Okay, I would not market it as something for the ladies because that's offensive to women like me. I would say it's a product that is perfect for women because it, et cetera, works for their hand shape or whatever. But saying it's great for the ladies sounds like it's for the little lady. And I don't think that's going to go over real well with the female population.
Well, and what you're saying is consistent with my own beliefs. I've been an equity feminist, I guess, my whole life. You know, and so the truth is, it would not occur to me that having it in pink would be offensive to the ladies. And you know, I love women. You know, and I agree, by the way, with the H.L. Mencken, who over 100 years ago said, guys, they are better than us. Get used to it.
Shelly, go ahead and introduce yourself. Shelly is planning on going with us to ASD Market Week 2025. So say hi to everybody. Oh, and I'm going to take this phone call while you're talking.
Okay, at least I unmuted myself. Yes, I'm Shelly Wetzel. I've been on Rita's webinars, so to speak, off and on for, I guess, a year or so. I am an inventor as well. I will show you a quick demonstration of my invention. It's called...
You have to log into the meeting on your computer.
Change my background because it doesn't show up very well.
All right, let me go see if I can find you.
Background.
Try again to log in.
Where's my background?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, I was just trying to find where I can change background to not be blurry. So I can show, and I'm not finding where it is in Teams. All right, well, maybe I won't be able to do it. Oh, video settings. Shoot. All right, well, see if you can see this or not. I'm not sure if you can see it with the blur.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. So this is Django. It's a universal mobile accessory stand and mounting system. From the back, you put your finger and you open it up. And on the back of my phone, I have what's called a mounting ring. That's it. It sits on my desk every single day, has for a few years. You can literally turn it upside down with a mounting puck, go under a cabinet, against the wall. You can extend it out if you're using it as the ultimate selfie or video stick. And then again, you can take it off again, close it back up, and you know, it's sort of look like when it's flat, like the Starship Enterprise. I'm in this like second stage of samples with a plant in Vietnam with a company that Rita referred me, ITI Manufacturing in Sugar Land, Texas. And so this is aluminum with a clear anodized coating. And I found out, I wish they had told me before, that they can't do anodized. So they sent me a bunch of samples, different, you could say, shades of silver in a way. I mean, the finishes. The one that came out that I did a survey of about 50 people was this one. It just happens that the finish becomes black. And it looks like a sort of a matte finish. And most people like this because they thought it was more universal than the silver one. So the first 1,000 will be produced, but they have to get the hinge correct, and the hinge isn't correct yet. So I am waiting on my next samples this week, next week, I hope. So where I thought I would get it into the marketplace end of November, early December, now it probably won't be until sometime mid-February. It takes 2 months of production, 45 days at sea. So I'm currently looking for investment. Did a lot of research. Went to Denver Startup Week last week since I live in Denver, and just trying to get all my ducks in a row, so to speak. I have one patent pending, utility patent pending. That's, I think, a pretty much summary of me and my invention.
Really, it's so perfect with live selling with like Whatnot and Poshmark and all these people that need that tool so that they can do their everyday business in an easy way where it just snaps in. That's very exciting.
I mean, like I said, mine, you know, and you can recline it depending on your viewing angle. When it's upside down, again, it's very easy to attach. And the reason why is the back of here embedded behind the polycarbonate label are 4 magnets. Magnets do not affect phones or tablets. And you can use a phone or a tablet on this. It's been tested with both, except the really large, if Apple still makes it, iPad. And that only works horizontally. So you just, you know, it's like a socket. That's it.
Excellent.
It's easy as can be. What was the other thing I was going to mention? I was trying to think of what it was. So it's reached out to consumer markets initially, the home kitchen, the home office people, the tech nerds, and then in business, we're looking at a couple different industries as well. There's also a plastic version that I have already had.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. Shelley, thank you for showing us what it is. We look forward to having you there with us. Wayne, did you have a question, comment? Otherwise, unmute yourself and tell everybody what you got.
All right. Yeah, no, my question was whether or not that ring had to be stuck onto the phone. Is that?
Shelley, you're muted.
You're muted. Yeah.
Sorry about that. It is on my case. It is not permanent, but it's also not meant to come on and off easily. It's a 3M adhesive on that steel.
So yeah, I just wanted to know if it was an adhesive that held it on.
It's an adhesive. Yeah, you can take it off a palette knife if you need to.
So Wayne is in a unique position because he is selling out inventory on the first generation, and then getting ready to manufacture a second generation. Would that be
Third?
Holy mackerel! All right.
That's and it would work with your thing too. It's a one-handed Bluetooth keyboard. Works with all wireless devices, phones, tablets, smart TVs. So you could have your device attached on your desk, and you could open it and go to your apps and type an email and that sort of stuff, all with just one hand. It's got 10 buttons on it, so it's a single press. I'll hopefully, let me just move the light a little bit closer here. Maybe you can see it. So it's got 10 buttons, 2 on top and 8 on the front. So it's a single press A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Then you hold one of the top buttons, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Hold the other top button, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And that's how simple it works. Plus, it's got every letter, function, number, and symbol of a regular keyboard. So you can do all your coding, type in your difficult passwords and everything else that you could possibly want. We also added a couple of extra keystrokes to maneuver in Android and iOS devices. So that's why it's third generation. We did a lot of stuff. It has a hand strap on it. USB-C is the charging for the battery. And then it's got a power switch that you can flip on and off to activate it and save the battery if you're traveling or something like that. It's called the Decatext, D-E-C-A-T-X-T. We're selling it for $155, although because I was on Rita's show Saturday, which was recorded Monday, we're doing a $25 off if you use the promo code Rita. Kind of a
Gotta
little,
make sure you spell it right, though. Yeah.
and so that's at decatext.com. So DECATXT, Deca like decade, and TXT for texting.
So excellent. Very cool product.
Thank you.
The person that's got the area code 618, you are muted, but would love to have you introduce yourself. So I'll watch for the mic to come on. Otherwise, Lon, you're up next. Oh, there it is, 618. Tell us who you are.
There. This is Wendy Short.
Oh, Wendy, hi. God, I think I'd recognize. Well, part of the numbers are missing. So, we
sorry
talked
about that.
you earlier.
I'm in a car.
We were talking about you earlier. Wendy is the one who did Float No More. So
what did you say about me?
We said how cool it was last year that you learned all those great things and you went back and you said, I'm going to do this. And we're waiting now for you to say, okay, send that order.
I know, right? Right. I know. I'm getting my point of service hopefully today or tomorrow. And yeah, I got my pictures from my daughter. My daughter's my model. So she came over a couple days ago and they look good. So I just got to get my box done. Dang. And then I should be ready. But
well,
yes,
I mean, she's had people, store owners say, when can I get a pallet of these? And so they're not looking to order 1 and 2, they're ordered to looking, 50.
I know. If I was just a little bit more down the line, it would have been so nice to attend the expo. That there's a hot tub expo over in Dallas. So I think it's really important to get your product in the right line of, exposition or in a convention hall, that type of thing. But yes, I learned a lot from going with you guys last year.
So well, we enjoyed having you very, very much. Lon, tell everybody what you've got.
Oops, can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, for the people that haven't seen me before, I'm a quadriplegic, C5, C6 quadriplegic bilateral amputee. I have a club hand that doesn't work. And I invented a device that allows me to fish independently. And 2 weeks ago, I took it up to the boundary waters in Minnesota, going up into the boundary waters of Canada, and had quite a few people test it out. Gave me really good reviews on it and everything. It's patent pending right now, and I was late tonight because I was talking to the guy who's building my my prototypes, and I'm just moving along. It seems like it's moving slow, and then it takes off like a rocket ship, and then moves slow again.
Yep.
But I'm really excited where it's going, and
well, you've had the chance to get out there and get other people that would be able to benefit from this and get their feedback. And I saw your videos, and where you're casting, somebody's casting and they've been in a wheelchair, and now all of a sudden they're able to cast a fishing pole. There's like, holy cow, where do I get one of these?
You see the lady that threw her hands up because she,
I know.
it was cute. Yeah. I recently did a little bit of investigative work, I guess. And in 2013, I can't find recent marks, but in 2013, there were 5.4 million people that suffer from paralysis. There's another 1.6 million people that suffer from MS and 60,000 that suffer from ALS as of 2013. And the reason why I throw these out is because my fishing device works for all of those people. In the videos that you saw, one guy had MS, another guy had ALS, and then a paraplegic guy used it, and then myself being a quad. So it's very adaptable, and it really works.
So, well, I don't want to sound condescending, but I'm really proud of you because I think it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
And it's wonderful to know you and to, be able to help you and see, get this thing licensed and out there so that, you get a royalty check and somebody else is doing the making and the selling.
Well, that's the hopes. just redesigned the way the reel locks onto it right now. But I've already got people asking where they can get it and wanting to buy it from me. So I'm pretty excited about it.
That's always a good place to be. So Stephanie, these are some of the products hoping to do ASD Market Week. So we will have a nice variety of things there for people to come and look at. We know that, you know, this lead-in time is when, you know, you can let other folks know and buyers know what's coming down the road. And, you know, we want to make sure that we've got everything that we can give to you guys. We will be doing the Innovation Award again, like we did last year. Although I think I told you, you know, 5 days before the show that we were doing the Innovation Award. So it's like, okay, that's that. We can't do much with that now. But now I'm giving you 5 months notice. We will be doing the Innovation Award. Everybody at the show gets to vote on the product they like the best. And, you know, the inventors are always real excited and you know, that other people can come around and say, oh, come and vote for me. And everybody gets to vote. So that's one of the great things. So Stephanie, do you have any closing remarks you want to give? And does anybody have any questions for Stephanie?
I think on my side, we're just incredibly grateful for you guys to even think about coming out to the event. Again, you're very important. So we're here to help guide along the way. Don't ever feel like you can't ask a certain question. We definitely want to make sure that we use all these free resources to make sure we spread the word to every single retailer in our database. And again, it's free. It's just we need a product image and then just a little bit of information so that we can put that in the vendor preview. But I think that's going to be vital for you to get exposure and for us to help support you and say, out of everyone in this retail space, who's interested in your particular product and how we can connect you so you can start those conversations.
Well, we will start getting images to you. There's some folks that have got some questions. So Barb, I think your hand went up first, or yours was the first one I noticed. What's your question?
I have a couple questions actually for you, Rita.
Okay.
So I received your email. The layout of your area, is it wide open or are there walls, partition walls in between us?
It's open.
Okay.
So there's tables and everybody can see. We've got banners that go up. We've got things that are overhead, but it is open. We don't try to partition you
Okay,
off.
perfect. And then when is the final date that we need to let you know for sure if we're going to participate?
Tomorrow? No, I'm kidding.
I need to get my prototype done.
You know, I haven't thought that far out yet.
Okay.
Normally we get people lined up and we end up having a waiting list of
Okay.
people who want the spots. You know, last year was kind of our anomaly. So this year we're getting back on track with our normal time frames. So there's going to be a spot probably around, you know, it's first come, first serve. We only take so many products.
Okay.
So, you know, when somebody says, okay, I want this spot, put my name down, and then we hold it for you. So
Okay.
normally we run out of spaces before we run out of inventors.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. Roy, you were next.
Heather, it was not so much a question, but it's so, my hand got caught in a saw. Okay. So that's the impetus for my just reach over and use one hand. Right. So I just love making, like, hearing stories about lemonade from lemons. Right. You know, it's like it was frustrating to hold those bottles and use that pumping mechanism. And then, you know, it's like to hear Lon's story, you know, and it's so brilliant to turn those lemons into lemonade, you know, and just reach over, you know, people with Parkinson's and stroke victims. Exactly, Lon, you know, and I just wanted to share that's I love that inventor spirit, making that lemonade, you know, it's awesome. The Bottle Station is the name of my product, thebottlestation.com.
Okay, I need to write it down because my brother-in-law's got MS really bad.
The Bottle Station.
All right.
Right.
Roy, we're going to get you on the radio too so that we can get you out there and share your website with everybody. All right. Ginger, did you still have a question?
I do not. I'm just not sure how to take the raised hand off.
I was just checking. All right.
Thank you very much for checking.
Does anybody else have a question? Stephanie, do you have any closing remarks for us?
Nope, like I said, I have an open door. So anytime you need anything, have questions about the market, if you have ideas about certain retailers, whatever it may be, we're here. So we're here to support the best that we can. But congratulations on step one, having an idea and an invention and pursuing this dream. But that's about it.
Stephanie, I came in late because of a meeting. So are you with ASD Market Week or with Emerald?
So I'm with ASD Market Week. I specifically work with the VIP buyers. So I help educate buyers, bring them in, and then kind of help map out what that experience looks so they can get to the right product based on their needs.
Okay. And then Rita, in I think the original or maybe second email you sent out to sign up, is all the information, the form or whatever you need from us in that to send to you?
No, what you need to do is say, okay, I want this spot, you know, and then I put you down on a list. So I really don't, you know, you can go crazy with forms. You did a lot of that stuff, you know, when you're doing your patent and everything. We try to make it easy. So it's like, you tell me, we put you on a list, we send out updates on the emails, but we don't get crazy here. I've got enough going on. I don't need more paperwork. Emails, text messages, and if I don't respond, give me a call, because I will answer my phone. So everybody, you know, we try to keep these at an hour unless there's something that you've just got burning going on. Get to business, take care of business, and then go on for the evening. So, you know, for you guys that are still in happy hour zone, go have something cold to drink, and other buddies, you know, have a cup of tea. So Stephanie, thank you so much for your time tonight. I can't wait to see you. We will be talking to Stephanie and her team about AS Week, and we will start getting those details out to anybody who signs up. You don't get the details till you sign up to go, because I don't want to inundate you with junk. And Shelly, when you say, okay, here I go, then I'll let you know what we need. All right. So that we can start getting the information to Stephanie so she can start telling the buyers who are coming what's going on.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
When and where is this?
It's in beautiful Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it'll be March 9th through the 12th. So it's a Sunday through Wednesday event.
And they do open to the buyers on Saturday. We set up on Friday and Saturday. That's when we're setting up. So we get all of our big furniture in. I've got a locker out in Las Vegas. Anybody who is shipping ships to one of our inventors in Las Vegas. So they're actually shipping to a home. And then Steve holds everything and actually brings it to us when we're ready for it. That's been wonderful. We usually rent a pickup, so we go to our storage unit, we get everything out, we get everything over there. The union carries it all in, helps put it all up. They've got the carpet all down for us and everything when we get there. But we usually hustle it up. Friday is a long day because we do know that there are potential buyers coming in and going through on Saturday. It is a full day. We are there from 9 to 6 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So everybody comes to work. And that's one of the other things that it's so nice to have staff, because you can't work all that time. So many of my inventors, it's like, I need to go sit down. It's like, we don't have chairs in the booth. I'm really sorry. Go sit down where they're going to feed you, because it's a working space. And so we want it to always look good and we want it to look professional, but we do know that you cannot stand there all day. And that's why, again, we do staff. We have lots of people there. And you know, up until 2 years ago, my mother always traveled and worked the show. And at 89, she said, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this anymore. Fine, mother, be that way. So Brandon, you got a question?
Thank you for speaking to us, Stephanie.
Thanks for having me on. Like, we're so excited. I'm sending such great vibes to all of you. Really cool stuff coming out. So anything you need, we're here.
All right.
Reach out.
Thank you so much. And thanks everybody for your time tonight. And if you do have any other questions, let me know. I can always get you Stephanie's contact information if you would like to speak with her. All right, guys. Good night, everybody.
Thanks so much.
Have a
Talk
good
to you
evening.
later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Good job, Roy. You're muted.
All right.
It's still being recorded, but good job.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just so perfect hearing that other guy too, right?
Yep.
You know, I mean, that was a perfect segue for me to come jump back in about the Parkinson's and stroke victims, because I didn't mention that, you know. on that original part. So I was trying to, so
You did good.
Really
We'll get
cool.
you with Rita to get you on the show.
and that lady, the ASD, we're talking about the advertising specialties, right?
Yeah, for the show in Vegas I told you about in March.
That lady Stephanie. Right. Because the bottle station would be perfect for that. I'm trying to get into that.
Well, let's review the email I sent you and we'll go from there, brother.
Sounds good, man. Have a great night.
Will do, Roy.
All right. Thank you so much for your support, Brandon.
Good
We're
job,
gonna
man.
make it. Yes, sir.
Ditto. Got